Okay people, I'm super excited to get into this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to be showing you how we do some back testing. Okay, now back testing is basically by using the history of the Forex, and then we're going to put a bot into it, and then we're going to actually do a almost like a simulation. Now I've got one that's running at the moment which I'm going to show you. This one here, okay, is running on my server, and you can see that we're really nearly right at the end. You can see that I'm running pretty much all of everything that I want to test it on. Okay, I'm testing it on all the strong currency pairs, and this has been running for probably quite a few hours. Okay, you can see that I'm nearly there. We're at 15,462 and I need 15,872. Now you can just leave this running because it's on my VPS. It's not going to affect me doing a presentation showing you how we're going to back test the precision bot, because it's quite important. I think, you know, we should do this, and this is something that's going to really help you as well. And I've actually got quite some good set files that are working out to be really profitable, which is great. This is great news. There's some other people as well which are inside the membership which are doing this themselves, and they're getting some great results as well. So the screen may go blank for purposes of protecting the license, okay, if I have to put it into the precision bot, but because this will be available, this video, to the public. If you are interested in jumping into my academy, there will be a link below. All you need to do is click on the link below, and hopefully if there's a few spaces left, I'll be able to add you into my one-time price, where you can get into this with the bots included. Okay, so it's an amazing deal at the moment. The actual academy is well worth over 997 now. Well worth that, with the amount of indicators that I'm putting inside this, including the latest indicator, which is about $600 if you was to actually source it and buy it yourself. This is included as well. So this is really going to do well, because not only have we got now MT4 bot, which is the geek bot, which I'm doing really well, and I'm hoping to pass a prop firm soon with it. You've now got an MT5 bot, so we've got two really good bots which are working really good, you know, really well. So if you're on the MT4 platform or you're on an MT5 platform, this is going to be the bots for you. Okay, now what we're going to do now is we're going to jump over to tools, and we're going to jump into our strategy test. Okay, so we're going to click on here. It's going to open up the strategy test. This is going to allow me to test the bot basically, so I just need to click see agents, manager, close. We'll close that, and the bot is going to open up below here, and we're going to start to be able to use this. Okay, now the beauty with this strategy tester is it allows you to test before you actually put it online. This is why it's a really great tool, because you've got to be so careful nowadays when, you know, if it's your own money, you're going to wipe your account. You can see that my balance here is 35 cents. Now this was because I got carried away doing some filming. I had a few trades that were running, completely forgot about them, and just lost my account. Okay, and that was on a manual trade which I did this on, which was, you know, my own fault basically. You should never leave a trade for more than a couple of hours, okay, because once after that you are going to find, you know, you're going to have a few issues unless you're using an EA which is already purposely made to work hands free. Okay, but if you've got a manual trade and you've already manually worked out what's going to happen with inside that trade, this is why it's equally important, you know, that you do that. Okay, so I just wanted to just point that one thing out to you. So okay, so we're going to jump into this now. So you're going to go to view, you're going to go to here, okay, which says strategy tester. We're going to click on this. This is going to open up a window down below here. Okay, now there's a few key things that you want to set up to get yourself going basically. Okay, the first thing is you want to click on single, and if we just bring this up, for your information, I'm going to bring this up a little bit more, okay, because we're not really doing any trading here, so we're just going to use this. And remember, this is a demo, okay, so this this is a demonstration of you doing this. Now we're going to try Forex, and we're going to go for major pairs. Now you can test absolutely anything you want. Okay, so I'm going to do USD CHF. I'm going to do a 1 hour, and now I'm going to click down, and I'm going to add my expert advisor. Now if you don't quite know how to install your advisor, you need to go to the training which is built inside the academy, and it's going to show you exactly how to do that. However, I will, for demonstration purposes, run it through. So pretty much what I'm doing now, you will be able to do the same. Okay, so we're going to click on here, double click, and this is now added in this advisor. Now I'm going back from the date from last year to, okay, now if I want to customize, click on the customize period, I can now choose when I want it to be done, right? So I could go from the first, so for argument's sake, I like to do from April, so let's do from April the 1st to now, which is July the 4th. Okay, so we'll do the 4th. Okay, so this is from yesterday. I'm not going to do a forward test, although I can do a forward test, and what this does is this simulates going on to the next month. Okay, so you might find that there's certain times when you're trading it's not advisable to trade. Okay, so you could test it out in certain times to be able to find out whether it's going to be profitable or not. All right, now delays, I'm setting a 0 latency ideal execution. This should make it run a little bit more slower, and then I'm going to modeling, which I'm going to go for every tick. Of course I could do this for every tick based on real ticks. This is what I'm going to probably set it to. My deposit, now I've got no deposit really on this account, however you're doing this on a demo, so this isn't going to affect the way that you test this. So I would do it if you want to do it on £1,000 account or 10k account, especially if you want to pass a prop firm using this bot, you need to make sure that you set a few things up which we're going to go through. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're leaving this at a 10k account, and we're just going to basically start the bot. Okay, well, we're going to start this simulation. So the bottom right hand corner here, you'll see start. We're going to push this button once, and you'll find that this probably ain't going to come up with any information because we haven't activated our precision edge. Okay, now this is really great for me to do this to you because it's going to show you it's going to show us the inputs and everything else, but you'll find that the actual license key hasn't been added. Okay, so this is the very reason why you can't actually access this. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to now add in the license. Alright, so I'm going to do this now. Alright, so you probably find the screen's going to go blank now when we do this. Okay, and I've got mine, it's already, so all I let you do is I just need to copy my bot, which is already, or my actual license key. Okay, and paste that in. Now if you are using any of my revised any of my revised set files, you'll find that the actual license key could possibly be baked in. Okay, so we've all got the same key, so pretty much wherever the key is, okay, that key for that particular update will be already there, so you wouldn't need to re-copy and paste if it's the same key. So just letting you know on that. Right, so we're using this on the USD CHF. We're going for a 1 hour. Okay, remember this is literally just how we're doing the test. Okay, so now what we're going to do is going to hit the start button, and remember that we've already added in our key now, so effectively this should allow us to gather information for us to see how the bot is simulating. Okay, right, we're going to go to back test, and you'll see that this ain't too bad at all, to be honest with you. It's working at the moment on Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, so the entries are Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday. Here is a Friday as well. The bot didn't activate on Sunday, which it shouldn't do because it's Forex. So it's activated on, it hasn't activated on Monday, it's activated on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Okay, and it hasn't done a bad job, because what it's done is it's actually total net profit is $528. Okay, now remember, this is over the space of between April and July. Okay, so we're looking at 3 months. Equity drawdown, absolute equity drawdown, is $40.87. So this ain't bad at all, right? This is if you had a prop firm, you'd have to get over $400, and you've got an overall drawdown of £40.87. You're in a good place to be to pass your prop firm with this very Setfile, because you know it seems to be working really well. Okay, and this is set up with which I'm going to show you. Okay, so if we go over here and we click into settings, you'll see that this is set up with USD CHF. Okay, so this is a really good Setfile. And you might be thinking to yourself, yeah, Darren, you've just mimicked this or done this, so you're showing us a Setfile. But trust me, this is a fluke, because I've literally just loaded up my position bot. I've fiddled about with a few things before I've got going. Okay, and lo and behold, we have a Setfile which is pretty much set up to start making profit with USD CHF. Okay, so if we click on the settings, you'll see that this is set up with USD CHF, 1 hour time frame. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this, okay, is anyone that actually joins my academy, I'm going to let you have this Setfile. Okay, so if you decide by clicking on the link below, I'm going to allow you to have this Setfile. You can see this is a profitable Setfile, so you can see that you could make $527 without doing any more tweaks. Okay, but I'm going to show you, we're going to make a few more tweaks where we can actually have this Setfile where it's going to be even more profitable. Okay, so if there's anyone that wants to join in now, click on the link below in the description. Once you've purchased my academy, what you need to do is email me back and say, hi Darren, I've just purchased the academy, can you give me the profitable Setfile that I've created while doing this very video? And I will say, yeah, sure, no problem, and I will give you that Setfile. Okay, and that Setfile is then going to help you straight away, because you're pretty much going to get your money back what you're paying for the academy. Okay, remember, it's a one-time price, it's a lifetime price if you like, and you're getting all these bots that are going to help you. All right, so well done to you if you just clicked on that link, and I would love to see you in the members area. However, right, I'm going to show you now how we're going to save the Setfile. All right, because I get this question come up to me all the time. Darren, how do we save this Setfile? We've got all this information, right, and it's showing us that it's profitable. Okay, it's showing us the profitable factor, it's showing us the gross loss, which was $39, which is an incredible thing. It's showing us that a total net profit, which is $528, and a gross profit, which is $568 from a 10k account. So it's showing us that, you know, this is a profitable factor. I'm now going to show you, you're going to save the Setfile. So if you're doing your back testing and everything else, you'll be able to put this into action. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to inputs, and you're going to bring up this page here. Okay, now what you want to do is you can either study and see what I've done with this and how this has actually helped you. All right, if you want to save this file, you basically right mouse click, you go to save with the arrow and the circle, and you click once. It's going to open up this page like so. Okay, and what you want to do is you just want to make sure that your underscore, if you like, your flashing cursor is the other side, the left hand side of that dot. Get rid of the star because that means nothing, and then what you want to do is you want to type in what you've just been actually using. Okay, so it's USD CHF. Okay, so we're going to go USD CHF, and then you want to put what you had it set at. So it was 1 hour. Okay, time frame, MT5 10k account, and then if you wanted to, you could put 527 profit. Okay, now bear in mind that the markets change all the time. Okay, so there's no guarantee. You may make more with this actual set file, or you might make a bit less, depending on how old this video is that you're watching right now. So if this is a new video, then this is a current set file. This set file is going to be proven to work right now, because I'm showing you in a demo where I'm doing a simulation that this is a profitable thing which is working. Okay, so we're now going to put the date, which is 05/07/2024. Now the reason I do that is because now I know where this is, and then I want to put it somewhere where I can actually get access to this, right? So I'm going to put this in the downloads, and I've got a better chance of finding it. Okay, and we're just going to check to see if there's anything in here which I can make sure so I can find it, basically. So I've got loads and loads of stuff in here, right? So I'm going to chuck it into the scalper. No, I'm not. Let's go going. Let's keep going. You can see I've got loads and loads of stuff. Now bear in mind that nearly all these bots that you're looking at right now, these are all bots that you will be able to get your hands on when you're inside the academy. Okay, so I'm just going to save it in here for now. So I've saved that, so I've got that. Okay, so I know I've got that copy. Now we're going to have a little play with this and see if we can improve what we've already got. So we're going to run through a few things. I'm just going to give you a little bit of a base of what's going on inside here. So you don't need too much to worry about adjusting your magic number unless you're actually using your own independent chart online on the real Forex markets. Okay, the demo you can leave it set as it is with all the sevens, and that's not going to have any problem whatsoever. Now your order volume lot, you can see here, is set to 0.03. okay, that's quite high. Okay, for a 10k account. However, we've set a drawdown which I'm going to go through, so there's loads of things that you can set this to. You could change this to a 5, and this is going to obviously give you more profit, if you like. However, it does come with risks. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the lock off. Okay, now this lock is almost it's locking on. Okay, it's a bit of a difficult one to explain, but it is a another thing which is built within inside. If you don't know what the lock is, or you need to know what the lock is, okay, check out inside the precision bot inside the academy. I have a breakdown in the cheat sheet that shows every single one of these, so you'll know exactly what it is all about. And the time frame, okay, which is averaging orders, which is 1 hour. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave this on off at the moment. We know that we were in profit. If I go back before I set this off, if we go back to the back test, and you'll see that the back test, we were making gross profit of 568.33. okay, so I'm writing this down so I know how much that's doing. And what we're going to do now is we're going to just do one thing with inside Setfile, and we're going to see if that's going to make any difference. Okay, is this going to make a difference or not? So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the inputs. You'll see that I've left that as 1 hour, but all I've done is I've changed just this one thing here, which is off. So I've turned this off at the moment. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to click on, I'm going to go back to settings because I like to do it this way. Make sure that we've got USD CHF, so I know that that's USD CHF. Also make sure that it's set to a 1 hour, okay, at the moment. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit start. Now this is a very basic way of me showing you back testing. There's lots and lots of complicated things that you can do, and I give you access to this using, if you go into the academy, there is some live webinars that have been recorded by other advanced traders which you have access to, which is going to show you how to use the advanced ways of how you can really pinpoint and make it really customizable. Okay, and even though it runs on a different bot, it gives you the same outline and what you would do. Okay, with this bot, if you want to dive deep into it and make it more profitable. Okay, so you heard that little squeaky. That means that it's finished. So what we're going to do now is going to go back to back test, and we're going to have a look at this now. Just me turning off the lock mode, okay, it's actually gross loss is $107. My total net profit is only £64.77, and the gross profit is 172.38, right? So it's actually non-profitable for me to do that because it's not working, and it only traded Tuesday and Thursday. Okay, these were the only entries that it traded and it only traded on April and May, didn't trade on any of the other times. So this bot isn't just going to just kick off and go off. It has certain times of when it wants to get into the market, certain times it wants to get out of the market. Okay, so it's just giving you that information. So if we go back to the inputs again, if we put the lock to on, okay, so we now put the lock back on, which it was before, okay, but it wasn't on this. We're going to change this back to 0.03, and then what we're going to do is we're going to scroll through and we're going to see if there's any other changes that we can make which are advisable here. Now we could try the enabling trailing stop, okay, and what this does is this just creates like a stop loss at the back, so if it goes back on itself it will close the trade. So we're going to try this. Okay, we're going to put this on. So the only thing we've adjusted with inside our set file, okay, is that we put it back to 0.03 because that was the most profitable at the time, and the only thing we've adjusted now is enable trailing stop. Okay, so we've done that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to click on the settings. We're still going to use USD CHF, still going to use the 1 hour time frame, and we're now going to hit start. And it's just a case really of you playing around with these numbers. Now if the reason why you want to load your set file, okay, the first time you get your set file, make a copy, a master copy of your set file, okay, so you've always got that. Now the reason why I will tell you to do this is because you will come unstuck the same as I have many times by actually changing certain things and then finding that it won't work. It just won't work, and you've only got to change a certain input and it will stop the whole bot from actually operating. Okay, especially if you change the averaging steps, the multiplicator. You can play around with these, but you might actually stop the bot from working altogether. So if you do that, the way round it is just to reload your set file. Now to do this, you right mouse click, okay, you go to load, and you want to load your set file. So you've got the latest set file, which is this one here, okay, and you'll see that this is set file. And now hit open. This is now loaded the set file. So what this means is this set file that we've loaded in is the generic default set file. Okay, so it means now if we go back down here where we change the trailing stops back to true, and you'll see that lock is back on. Okay, so you'll see that it's all up and running again. So effectively, if I now do a back test on this particular bot, I should get back to being in profit. Okay, so if we click on start, you'll see that it's all over the place. Okay, it's because when I last did this, I did the test on another, I did a test on another thing, didn't I? It wasn't on the USD CHF. So now if we go back to the back test, you'll see that our profit is all over the place. So just by adjusting this, if you haven't already got a default copy of what you've done, you are going to struggle to find it. So if I go back here now, okay, if I go back to inputs, you see the difference between where I've just loaded any set file. It's not going to give me the same results. Now if I go back to input, right mouse click, load. Now I load the actual bot that I recorded, if you like. So I can do this two ways. I can actually go to quick access, and you'll see that this one here, USD 1 hour time frame, MT5 10k 527 profit, open, and this has basically brought this bot back to how it should be. Okay, so now if I go back to settings, I haven't adjusted any of this, and now hit start. We're going to let this run through its simulation. Now if we go back to backtest, you'll see that my profit now is at 568.33. okay, so I found the right set file. So it is imperative that when I give you, if you use one of my set files, okay, you've just joined the academy, make sure that you do a backup copy, and all you have to do is load it, right mouse click, which is, this is loaded already, okay, so we know this is already loaded. So you go back to inputs, right mouse click, click on the save window, and you're just going to put in here my backup for USD CHF 1 hour 10k MT5, okay, and then you want to hit save. Now if we save it in this terminal, that's great. I'm going to save it in here in the downloads. I'm just going to save it there, and then what I've done is I know I've copied that. So now when I play around with any of these, I know, you know, I've played around with it. I'm not going to cause too much problem with it now, because I can just load my default. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to try a different symbol. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to do that. So if we go to settings, and we're going to try USD JPY. Okay, now USD JPY would probably work the opposite to USD CHF, because they're opposite. All right, I'm going to give you a demonstration on that. So if we just double click on this, you'll see that USD JPY is on here. You can see that I'm still working on a 1 hour time frame. Now remember, you can play around with this. You can adjust this to 5. You know, there's lots you can do here, right? 1 minute right the way down to monthly. But at the moment, for this training purpose, I'm just sticking to a 1 hour time frame. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run the bot. And we're going to run the bot on the existing information that is already used for the USD CHF. So we're going to hit the start button. You can see that it's running through a process now. Now we're going to go and it looks like it hasn't actually done anything. Well, here we go, it's actually starting it now. So what it's done is it's up. Sometimes when it goes across green, it's loading the history of the 1 hour, so it's actually downloading first. Once you get that squeak, that's when it's finished. Okay, right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to backtest, and you can see that this has been profitable with the USD the USD JPY. Okay, you can see that we have made a profit of £289.17, or gross profit of £319.93, with a equity drawdown of just $91. So this is an incredible, right? This is still a bot that is still making trades as we speak, right? This can actually work. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the graph. You can see that the graph is nice. It's showing us we have a little bit of a drawdown here, but it's come back up and it's been running up in a steady motion. So this is great, right? This is exactly what we want to do. Now, to get this drawdown, this is a tricky bit. Now, there's things that you can do which I'm not going to go through because we'll be on this for hours. But you'll be able to learn all this inside the advanced webinars that I give you access to. And Andrew will go through a series of showing you how we can actually bring this up for it to be more profitable. what we can do is when you do your back test, we can see that trading Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday seems to be the best time for this bot to be operating. Okay, and even though in Friday it still made profits in Friday as well. So it's showing you certain times, and there's loads and loads of information here that we can use to see when this bot is profitable and when it's not. So it's just giving you an insight of what you can use. So this is almost like a training video, which is you can look back on if you get stuck with playing around with the strategy tester. So if we go back to inputs, what we're going to do is we are going to try at 0.05. Okay, and then we're going to go back to settings and we're going to rerun this. So what we've done is we've actually increased our lot by 0.2%, so it's half a lot that this is running on. Now this could create more of a drawdown because we've increased, because we're trying to get greedy, we're trying to squeeze a bit more out of it. So now if we go back to the graph, you'll see that there's still a continual thing here. Okay, so it looks like it's still been in profit. Now if we go to the back test, you'll see that we've made gross profit of £289.17. Our gross profit is £319.93, and our equity, okay, which is at 91.35. So this has gone up a little bit more, which ain't too bad, right? It's $100 a month. So within 3 months we could pass a prop firm with this, right? So you know, this ain't bad. This ain't a bad bot for us to consider, or this set file. So if we was to set this set file up, or you want to use this set file, remember what I'm showing you is pretty much what you would do when you install it. It's very, very easy to do. Okay, so what we do is go to inputs. If we wanted to save this particular set file, we just right mouse click on the save window. Remember, you just load it up exactly the same inside. I'll show you how you do it anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We're going to put USD JPY 0.5 of a lot with a 1 hour time frame. Okay, with a 10k account. Okay, so that just gives an idea. So USD JPY, we can have a time if we want. We could put 05072024. Okay, so we know that's that, and we're going to save this again. We're going to save this in the downloads folder, right? And we're just going to click save. So we know that this is a profitable bot. Okay, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to settings. I'm going to click on here and I'm going to load USD CAD. So we've got USD CAD now set to 1 hour, and we're going to run it with the settings that are already there. So if you change your symbol, you can run it with your input already set up. So I'm going to just hit the start, and it's downloading the history. That's why you got that first green light. Now it's downloading. Now you're going to get it go into its testing phase, which is where it's running its simulation. And you can normally tell whether you've got a good simulation or not by looking at the graph first. When you look at the graph first and it's going up in a steady route, this is showing you that the bot is profiting as it goes up. Okay, and we're going to have a look at this. So let's go back to this now. So let's have a look at the graph first. So you can see this is all over the place, right? We've got loads of drawdown here. Although it's built itself back up, there is a higher line here. So you might be able to use this on the Darwinix account, Darwinix 0 account, but might not necessarily be able to use this on a prop firm because it will blow it out the gig because of the high drawdown. So if we go to the back test, you'll see that just changing this to what did we change it to? Let's go back to settings, USD CAD. Okay, this is running on USD CAD now. Okay, this has made a staggering $1,389 profit margin. Okay, using a 10k account. So this is making $250 to $300 every single month by using this very set file. Now again, if you want this set file, you can have this set file. If you join the academy right now, all you need to do is email me back at support@darrenbrown.org.uk. with your receipt of proof that you've just purchased my academy and you got into my academy, and I will give you this very set file that we're setting up live now, and you can start to put this into your MT5 platform, and you can start to earn money with this very bot. Okay, depending on the current situation of the markets. And you'll see that this actually bot works on a Monday, the Tuesday, the Wednesday, the Thursday, and a Friday. So this bot is highly profitable. Okay, so what do we do with the bot? We're going to save that set file, right? So we're going to go to inputs, we're going to right mouse click, we're going to go to save, and we're going to save USD CAD high profit. So we know this is a high profit, which comes with a high drawdown, just allowing the people to know that. So you wouldn't want to use this necessarily on a prop firm because it could blow you out the gig. This will work brilliant on a Darwinic account or your very own account. Okay, but you've just got to be careful when you set it up, how you set it up, etc. So we've got USD CAD. It's a 1 hour time frame on a 10k account. Okay, and then what we're going to do is hit save. I'm going to save this in my download folder, which is this one here, and I'm going to save that because I know that this bot is going to make me profit for 3 months, roughly $250 to $300. All right, so what I'm teaching you here is gold, because this is giving you the stepping stones of how to make money online by using this bot. It's really going to help you. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at the graph. You can see that this is all over the place. We might have been able to neaten that up by rerunning this on a 0.0. If we go here and change the order volume to a 0.03, okay, and we're going to just rerun this. So I'm just going to click on here, just going to go back to settings. This is just what I do just to make sure, and then click start. And we're going to let it do its stuff. So it's now running the test. You can see that this is where it's simulating because it's doing it in blocks. It's only if you change the symbol that you'll probably get 2 or 3 times of the green light, and this is just where it's uploading the history. And it's going to make that noise, and then we're going to go back. We're now going to click on the graph. You'll see that we still got heavy drawdown, but we've got a nice climbing steep hill, if you like. Now if we go to the back test, this has still made a profit of $1,389.39, okay, using this at 0.03. okay, so you're using less of your lots, which is more of a sensible rate, if you like. Now the equity drawdown in absolute is only 3.6%, so this is great because you could use this now on a prop firm, okay, depending on when you're trading in the markets, etc. You can see that it's worked for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on 0.03 of a lot. Okay, so it is a highly profitable set file, so that is going to work really well. Now the last one, and then I'm going to bring this to a close. We go back to settings. We're going to change it on a metal. Okay, we're going to try it and see if this will run on a metal. So we go, or crypto, you can do this on crypto. Now this is supposed to work really well on crypto, so let's put it on Bitcoin and do a test on Bitcoin. Just leave it as it is. Okay, so this set file at the moment seems to be defaulted at many things that it still seems to be in profit. So we're just going to change it to Bitcoin, which is there, and we're going to run it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the start button. It's going to load the history. Here we go. So it's now doing its stuff, and we're now running this on Bitcoin USD. You can see it's taking longer now because Bitcoins are more volatile than Forex. So when it's very volatile, this means we're going to get lots and lots of swings and lows, highs and lows within inside the graph. So we're going to wait for this to finish. we're going to go to the graph, and you can see that it's actually in a downwards state, okay, which makes sense, right? Because Bitcoin was going down before the halving. So, but don't forget, this bot profits on both ways. So if we go to backtest, you'll see that this is lost minus 2,411. So my advice to you is, if you're going to use on Bitcoin, make sure that it is in a long, make sure that it is in a trend going high constantly before you use this bot. Otherwise you could lose out exponentially with this. The drawdown is 2,576. okay, so my advice to you is only use this if it's in long, okay, or when you're going upwards. Right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to click on inputs. We're going to go back to settings. We're going to now try this on gold. So I'm going to go to here, which is metals, click on there. Just going to double click on gold. Okay, so we're now using this on XAU USD, and now we're going to hit the start button. This is loading the data. That was the first green is. Now it's loading in the time. And now it's going to start doing its simulation. And you can see this all working from the bottom, where you get the bottom of the green screen. Now it's running across. And we'll see if XAU USD is profitable at the current markets at the moment. So that's finished. So if we go now to graph, you'll see that it's gone up. It's got a low, really big drawdown here, gone right the way up, and then whoa, it's come straight down again. Okay, so judging by this, it's not going to look good. All right, so we've got 307 pounds 90 on the drawdown, and we had a loss. So it's made a profit of 1,081, but also made a loss of 1,093. So we're $13 out of pocket. Okay, that's not taken away from the deposit. So effectively, you've only lost $13, but you'd have to run the bot in a loss before it starts to build its profit. So again, this can be adjusted and manipulated by adjusting the inputs that are built within inside the system. You could actually do it by just changing a few parameters. Okay, one of them is if we go to settings, change this to a 5-minute window, and now run start, and this, oh, it's actually set a 4-minute window, interestingly, but we'll leave it now anyway, and we'll see what the outcome is on a 4-minute window. Okay, now if we go back to the graph, you'll see that it's falling all the way down. Okay, so this is working the opposite direction. So if we go back to backtest, you'll see that we have a gross profit of 4,016, but we have a gross loss of 5,702. That's nearly 50% of our account. This is why I say to people, be extra careful when it comes to XAU USD, because it is phenomenally it will wipe your account up super fast. Okay, I've lost lots of accounts by trading XAU USD, and I found the best way to do it is use a Darwinix 0 account, and this gives you far better chances of survival from a high volatile account. So if we go here, we're going to use Euro USD because this is quite a strong one, and we're going to try Euro USD. We're going to put this back to 1 hour, and we're just going to run this with the default setting that we're already at. I think the only thing we changed was 0.05, but we'll have a look at that in a minute. And we're just going to let this load up, and this is the very last one I'm going to be showing you. Okay, I'm going to see what profit. Now if this is in profit, then I will save this, and you've got 3 set files that you can pretty much have, which you can make money online. So if you're serious about learning using my academy and you want to get your hands on my bots, all you need to do is click on the link below. Okay, this is going to give you access. Then email me at support@darrenbrown.org.uk, and I will give you these very set files that you can see can make money online with. Okay, so if we go to the graph, you'll see that we've got a low drawdown right here, and then it's gone up. Okay, so if we go to the inputs or the back test, you'll see again that we're in a loss with this. Okay, so again, I wouldn't use Euro USD because it's not going to help, although it's possible that NZD USD could. All right, so let's just give that a little bit of a run just to see. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to settings. We're going to change this to NZD USD, which is going to be NZD USD. Might have to do it this way. We should be able to find it on here. Let's have a look. But you get the gist. So let's use GBP USD, was what we used before, just so you know that when I click on this, this seems to be the most reliable one. Okay, so now if we click on graph, it's all over the place, right? Back test, you can see that we've gross loss is 752, so we've lost out on this one, right? So what it means is that there's a change which is inside this, which isn't the same one that we were using. Okay, so if we right mouse click on here, I don't want to save, actually cancel, right mouse click, load, and we now go to here and we find the set files which I will be giving you. Okay, so let's say this one here, which is, let's use this one here, USD CHF, and click on open. And now if we run this, I'm just demonstrating to you, once you copy and you have that saved file, you have that template where you can just tweak it a little bit to make more money with it. So now if we go to the graph, back test, there's something that's not quite right here. So look, oh yeah, GBP USD, this needs to be set up to USD CHF. This one here. Okay, right, now test it. And then what we've done now is we reloaded Setfile, which is built for USD CHF, and I've changed the symbol to make sure it's USD CHF. Now if I go to the graph, this is a model of exactly what you would expect a really good Setfile to look like, because you can see it's just rising all the way up. It's got very small drawdowns. So now if we go to the back test, you'll see this is in profit of £568.33. So this is a really great Setfile which still works now. Okay, so that's it. Hopefully that's going to really help you. You can see there's lots and lots of stuff here you can do with this. It is going to really help in some ways improve your ability of what you can do with this. Just remember, you can play around with this. You can adjust this one here, which is your time frame averaging orders, where you can change this. Okay, see what difference it makes when you change this. You can start from 2 minutes and work all the way up, and you will find that this will affect your profits. Okay, so hopefully you now know how to backtest. I've showed you how to install your bot. Basically, if you wanted to use another bot which is already included or you've already uploaded, all you need to do is click on here, and it's going to allow you to choose the bot that you want to include. You can look through your previous single test results, which is this one here, if you have done single tests, and this is when you can click on here and just choose one at a time to test it. Again, this is advanced testing, which you will find how to do all this with inside the advanced webinars, which are included with inside Darren's Academy. So that's it, all the very best until my next